Hey guys, this is HappyBrick1985, back for another video, and today we have Doc Brown's Garage from Back to the Future. This is my entry for Brickworld's MOC contest. Link in the description to his video and his channel. Anyways, let's review this MOC. Starting off right here with the front, you can see we have some trash cans right here, which is accurate to the movie. Put some little green cherries in here, and a little orange child that represents a license plate in there. And you can see I have a cardboard box, and over here I have a bunch of more cardboard boxes. This one right here is supposed to represent like a smushed one. And in the actual movie, Doc Brown has like a bunch of just like boxes and like random garbage outside, so that's a nice touch I added. Pretty accurate. We have some tiles and like a stud right here, because also outside there's like a road right here. There's like a parking lot, and then over here's the road, and then over here there's like on this side over here there's like a Burger King, and that's supposed to like simulate a little bit of like trash coming from over there. And right here we have a fence right here, which I built using some tiles and clips and like different pieces like that. And at first it was really hard to have the fence stay together. Like I was using different pieces, but then that didn't work. I tried to make it shorter, I tried to make it thicker, things like that. But eventually I came up with this technique where I use these 1x2 sort of like clip thingies, and then I put a 1x4 tile, and then I put a little fence piece and another one, and then I put this 1x2 little grill piece right there, and it turned out pretty nice. Here we have a little door that can open and close, and I added that feature because in the first movie you have Marty go, "Oh, I'm late for school," and then he opens it and he jumps on his skateboard, and Power of Love by Huey Lewis starts playing in the background. Here we have a little mailbox right here, and this is a really nice build. Use some clips, a jumper plate, this piece right here, and this is supposed to be Doc Brown's address right here, but it couldn't have some numbers there, so it's just like a jumper plate right there. Moving on to over here, we have the door right here and a bunch of random studs right there. That's supposed to symbolize a bunch of like trash that Doc Brown has outside his front door. He's not the most cleanest person of all. Here we have a little tree and some bushes and stuff like that. And the door right here, it's my favorite part because it took me a while to get the lines all right, because on the actual thing the lines are a bit thinner, so it was either I had no lines or I added some lines. So I used some plates right here to symbolize some lines he has on the door. You can see this right here on the actual thing is supposed to be like windows, but I don't have like any like clear pieces like that are that wide, like any clear plates, so I had to use some gray ones. And here we have a little light right here, which is pretty nice. We're gonna move on to the sides. Really plain. You can see we have a few of the little pieces showing through, because I connected some things on the outside. You can see a little bit of the inside right there, but I'll show that later. The other side right here, little fence right here, which is also very accurate. Anyways, you could open this door like that, and let's look inside. So before we look inside, we'll have to move Marty over here and pop off the roof. And the roof right here, built using a bunch of plates. It was really difficult in building it. Like at first I was thinking of using hinges to make the roof, but then I tried that and it was really fragile and like broke apart really easily. I tried using bricks, but that would have looked too big and too ugly. So I used some plates right here, and I think it came out looking pretty good. You can see aerial view right here. It looks pretty accurate in my opinion. Anyways, we'll pop this off right here. We'll turn it around to see the interior, which is very detailed. It's got a bunch of stuff in there, so prepare yourself. Here we have the inside of Doc Brown's garage. So for the interior, I try to make it as detailed and as accurate to the first Back to the Future movie. So here you can see we have Marty's bed. We have a little wad of paper right here, because in the action movie, there's like a bunch of paper and like burger wrappers on the bed. Here we have his camera, which is also very accurate. It's just from the Back to the Future brickheads right there. And let me just move the DeLorean out of the way right here. And this is probably one of the best parts of this whole mock. Here we have some of Doc Brown's gadgets and like kitchen thingies and stuff like that. Here we have a jug of like coffee. Here we have a coffee maker right here, a pan, and the TV where the TV announcer says there's a case of missing plutonium and wonder where that is. We have a little clock right there. That's supposed to be a clock. And here we have a little toaster. Really like how that came out. You can see right there we have a few gems and things like that. Doc Brown is hidden right there. And pop that right in. And you can see right there we have a few clocks and stuff like that that I try to build right here on the wall. This is probably my favorite one right here because it uses a little robot arm right here. You can actually move. We have a little map right there. And this is supposed to be like sort of like an alarm clock right there. And we have the dog food machine right here with a few cans of dog food. Little lid opener right there and a little robot arm that grabs the little cans of dog food. Unfortunately, you can't actually grab them. But here we have Einstein's little dish with a little bit of food in there. We have a little box right there. Here we have another little simulated clock right there. And here we have a little target right there. A little magnifying glass, because you know, Doc Brown is a scientist, so he's ought to have some science-related things. We have a flux capacitor prototype right there, using some minifigure arms and a towel. Looks pretty nice. Kind of looks like the actual flux capacitor. Here we have some other pieces and stuff like that. Let me just remove this right here. Here we have some references. This is a reference to Iron Man with the arc reactor right there. We have the Tesseract from the first Avengers movie, and a Chitauri sort of like weapon right there. And these are just some random containers and stuff like that. Let's just pop that back in. Here we have a little table with a bunch of containers and stuff like that. These are sort of like flasks and stuff like that. Have some minifigure heads, and looks like Doc Brown has got his hands on some Ultron drones. Wonder what he is doing with that. Anyways, here we have a little lamp right here. Just uses like 2 pieces. Little lava lamp. That's what that's supposed to be. Right here we have some Back to the Future references. Let me just move right there. I don't know if you can see them, but here we have the telescope from Back to the Future Part 3 that Doc repairs. Here we have his rifle from Back to the Future Part 3, and we have the deep thinking mind reading machine from Back to the Future Part 1. We have a little container right there. That's not a reference. We have some little brooms right there. And here we have a Lego reference. Looks like Doc Brown has set 600. Must be a lucky person. We have a little Minecraft head right there. Little hat right there. A little crab. You have a little couch right there, which is also very accurate to the movie. The little all-important little coffee mug right there. And this is another Back to the Future reference. This is supposed to be the little board that Doc writes on, and he explains time travel. Back to the Future Part 2, where he says that Biff went back in time and stole the sports almanac and all that, and created a ripple in the space-time continuum. And this is supposed to be the sports almanac right there. Unfortunately, we don't have the actual piece with printing and stuff like that, so it's just a little red brick right there. And here we have another Back to the Future reference, the little cable that Doc Brown uses to power the DeLorean with lightning. This is supposed to be a guitar. I don't have an actual guitar piece, so I'm gonna make one. This is supposed to be the phone Marty uses in the first movie when he uses the amp and all of a sudden the clocks go off and then Doc calls him. And this is supposed to be the little alarm that goes off to signify that someone's calling. It just pops off really easily. And here we have the amp. Try to make it a minifigure scale. Here, Marty right there. See, put him right there. You know, it has a little play feature where maybe you can tip it over. Unfortunately, I can't like make the pieces fly off like in the actual movie. And here we just have a bunch of little containers because Doc Brown has a bunch of boxes in his garage. He's not that organized. Here we have some other Lego references. That's Lloyd's Mech Dragon from the Ninjago movie. Here we have a little Hero Factory piece. And there we have 60 years of the Lego brick right there. A little plate right there. This is supposed to be another clock. And that's a red 2x4, which is a Brickstar reference. That's supposed to be a little Darth Vader minifigure. That's supposed to be just too good because I've heard he likes Back to the Future, so decided to add him in there. And this is supposed to be the Yellow Castle set. So I was thinking in the Lego world, Doc Brown would have time traveled back in time to get all the best, most rare, expensive Lego sets. So that's why he has this set as well as the Yellow Castle. That's supposed to be Jing bricks. You just add them in there because both Jing and Doc have little dioramas of a little town, a little city. This is supposed to be another little clock right there. Ninjago reference right there, which is also supposed to be a clock. This one right here, which also moves. And this from the Brickheads is Doc Brown's remote control thing he uses to drive the DeLorean in the first movie. And this clock using a Technic piece, which I really like because it looks like a clock. Here you have a little computer, sort of like old one. And we have the Mr. Fusion right there, which is a really nice addition. Another Back to the Future reference. A little random chair right there. And this is another pop culture reference. This is the Matrix of Leadership from Transformers the movie. Another little clock right there. And this is another Lego reference. We have a mini kit from the Lego games. I don't know why Doc Brown has one. He's probably going to take it apart. I meant to say experiments. Anyways, let's just put this mini kit back where it came from. And here we have another Lego reference. It's a friend's phone right there. And I forgot to mention, Doc Brown has a few Star Wars droid parts right there. I don't know, he's probably building his own droid. Here we have the Hill Valley model that Doc Brown makes in Back to the Future Part 1. And we have the little car right there, represented by a stud. And here we have Doc Brown's hair on a little table right there, sort of like a powdered wig. I don't know, I thought it would be interesting to add the newer hair right there. And that right there, I don't know if you can see it, is a walkie-talkie. And there's another one over here, and those walkie-talkies represent the walkie-talkies Marty and Doc use in Back to the Future Part 2. And here we have the jukebox, which is in the first movie when Marty gets blown back by the amplifier. When he answers the phone, it's like right next to the phone. Here this is supposed to represent a little oil spill right there. We have a few more boxes. I forgot to mention there's like a little cup right there. Probably from the Wild West from Part 3. Anyways, this is aerial view at the whole lab right here. You could see the Captain America shield right there. I don't know. I think it came out pretty good. It's pretty great. Very detailed. Anyways, let's conclude this video. All in all, I think this was one of my best MOCs ever. It's a really nice structure. I usually build structures in Lego. And also it's a Back to the Future MOC, and I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. And this MOC is very accurate to the actual thing, and It has a ton of Lego references and Back to the Future references, and it just looks great on display. Anyways, guys, this has been my Back to the Future Doc Brown's Garage. Make sure to check out my other MOC videos and also Back to the Future ones, and also my reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope I win Brickworld's contest. Bye.